I love cold start dabs. The simplicity and the efficiency of a cold start dab is just really nice. You can get good hits without a lot of effort and without a lot of equipment. And compared to like a hot start dab, they're just so much more fuel efficient. It's faster and it's just way easier to maintain my nail throughout the whole process of doing multiple dabs. Now, I've actually kind of strayed away from greatness a little bit. I've been using a dab ready device, which is not quite a cold start, not quite a hot start. It just electronically heats my nail to the proper temperature, and I can pull it off and take a dab when I'm ready. I don't need to go at an exact time. I don't need to do any finessing with the torch like a cold start. I just dab when I'm ready with the dab ready. But look, it's a pricey device. Not everybody's going to be able to go out and get one, but I've been recently doing some tutorials on that green video website. If you check out my link tree, there's a lot of dank smoking videos over there, but I've been getting so many requests on how do I do a cold start. People tune into my Twitch stream like, hey, can you show me how to do a cold start right now? And I'm like, I don't even have the torch out for tonight, so I'm sorry, buddy, I don't know. But I went ahead and I made a few smoking tutorials, some basic stuff that I could put on that green site, so definitely check out my link tree. But I wanted to make this video to talk about why I love cold starts, because just recording them recently or just doing a few cold starts recently for a video made me realize, bro, it's so quick, it's so easy, and I don't have to do a lot of extra work with my nail. You really just put your concentrate on the banger before you apply any heat. You keep your terp pearl in there, and then you start torching. You see the concentrate melt, it'll bubble a little bit, it's boiling, and then you start to see it give off a little bit of vapor, and then you're ready to inhale. Like, the process is so easy. You're eyeballing the whole process of the dab. You don't need a thermometer. Like, I'm getting this thermometer charged up for video, but this thing's like over $100, and it lets me know the temperature of my nail. But when I do cold starts, I don't need a $100 thermometer. So for like the absolute least amount of money, if you just have like a torch and a banger, if you just have like the most basic setup, cold starts are the way to go, and you're going to use less butane. It ends up being cheaper overall. You just go through less torch fuel, less butane, because you don't torch it as much. You just torch it until it gets to as hot as it needs to be, and then you stop. And that's also a tremendous benefit for cleaning. See, when you do a hot start dab, you have to torch it really hot, and then you wait for the temperature to come down, and then when it's at about the proper temperature, you put your dab on it. Because you have to torch it so hot, you have to keep that nail clean, all right? You have to wipe it with alcohol after every hit. If you leave a little bit of residue on there, you start to chaz your nail, and then you degrade the quality over time, and then your dabs just suck. So you want to maintain like a pristine quartz nail. And when you're using the method of cold starts, you're really just never getting your nail hot enough to chaz it. Because you're only heating it up to the desired temperature for your dab, it never gets into the range of temperature where you're burning that oil onto your quartz. A lot of people think that they're burning it away, or the residue, they're burning it away. No, you're burning it onto your quartz and you're ruining your quartz. But when you do a cold start, it literally never gets hot enough to do that. So after I take a dab, I can wipe my banger. You don't even need to get it all. You don't even need to do the best job wiping your banger. Now, the better the job you do, the better your next dab is, because you don't have that leftover residue from the last one. But when you wipe your nail after a cold start, there might be a tiny little bit of residue there. If you were to go right and torch that, like doing a hot start dab, you would start to chaz your nail. You would notice some of that oil burning onto it. That's why they make little things like this where I can just pump out some ISO and wipe my nail off and clean away any residue using a solvent like isopropyl alcohol. I do use ISO to wipe my banger in between my hits with my dab ready, but just doing some cold starts the other day, I was like, oh my God, this is so simple. I just take my dab, I wipe it with one Q-tip, and I'm literally ready to dab again. I could just load it and go right for it. I don't need to get my sand timers out. I don't need to get my laser thermometers out and my terpometers. I just get right into it. Either way, if you want to see a cold start tutorial, check out linktree/Cewpins. If you ain't crying, you ain't high. We got shirts and pillows available on Amazon. Check the description for a link. Come get high with me on Twitch. These smoke sessions at 9 p.m. Eastern every night. If you have Amazon Prime, you can link that to your Twitch and give me that Jeff Bezos weed money. And if you're not quite sure what that dab ready is that I was talking about, check out this video right here. This is a really dang old cool device that I actually can use for concentrate and flour now. Have a lit day, my dudes.